Hi, everyone. Today I'm here to talk about Get Good with Money by Tiffany Aliche, the Budgetnista. And I chose to review her book today because I find that so many of us, whether we are solopreneurs or small business owners or running an organization, we have a lot of questions around finances and personal finances. And while a lot of people seem to be knowledgeable about it, I find that the vast majority of us could use some more financial education. And so I found out about this book through one of the many podcasts that I listened to. Tiffany is a former preschool teacher turned financial educator, and her approach is so fresh and funny and down to earth that I couldn't wait to check out her book. So what I wanted to do now was tell you what my principal takeaways from her book were. You can see that she actually has two books. There's Get Good with Money, which is the book that she originally published. And the demand for this book and the questions that came out of it were so immense that she created a workbook that goes with it called Made Whole. And Made Whole has a ton of questions and worksheets that you can use as an accompaniment to Get Good with Money. It's super handy. So the first thing she does is she creates an emotional safety zone, which I'm going to touch on in a minute. The core of the book is around her structured 10 steps to financial wholeness. And then finally, she shares very clear information and tools for her readers to become financially whole, which I thought was, these three things created a really wonderful package for me as a consumer. So around creating financial emotional safety, she advises that you do three things. One is that she advises you to share your shame with somebody you know, love, and trust who won't judge you. And so she does this because she says that shame thrives in shadows. And when you put sunlight on it, all of a sudden you take away its power. So if you are listening to this and you do feel trapped with your financial situation, find somebody that you really trust to share what you have with them that you're carrying around so that that's not weighing you down anymore. Secondly, she talks about giving yourself grace and space. So she has a few affirmations in there. One that I put down here: it's okay if I made a mistake. New opportunities abound. The truth is we're all learning, right? And when you learn, you make mistakes, and that's part of the game. So give yourself grace and space. And then finally, in terms of this emotional safety zone, she encourages you to create an environment of support around the actual physical place where you will manage your finances on a weekly basis. This means finding a comfortable place in your home, putting on those fuzzy slippers, lighting a candle, doing whatever it takes to make the experience of managing your finances a comforting and pleasant one, because she wants to erase all of the negative emotion that goes along with it. Next, the core of the book is really her 10 steps to what she calls financial wholeness. And the labels are a little too small to read here, so I'm going to go through them 5 by 5. So the first 5 steps are all around creating a great foundation for you to work from. So she walks you through the steps to create a budget. Then she talks about how you can learn to save, and also then working on reducing your debt, not just credit card debt, but dealing with student loan debt, maybe your home, all of those things. Then she breaks down how to increase your credit score and what the factors are that influence that, so that you are very aware of what steps you need to take to increase that score so that you can get good rates on any loans or credit cards you might want to take out in the future. And then she talks about different ways you can increase your income, maybe through side hustles, in a way that doesn't compromise your financial wholeness. Next, she walks you through all of the different investment vehicles at your disposal, and you may or may not have known about many of these. She talks about each one and why each one is important. She talks about IRAs and SEP IRAs and Roth IRAs. She talks about index funds. She talks about all kinds of financial instruments in such accessible ways that you'll come away from that chapter just feeling a lot more knowledgeable, honestly. Next, she talks about your insurance needs. That could be life insurance, home owner's insurance, property and casualty, disability, all of those things, and all of the factors you need to take into account to make an educated, informed decision about what kind of insurance to get. Next, she talks about the different ways that you can think about increasing your net worth. So that's looking at your whole financial picture of what your assets and liabilities are and how you can steadily increase your assets over time. Finally, the last two, she talks about the people that you need to have on tap, your money team, so that you can make good decisions about your money. That could include a good accountant, a financial advisor, an insurance agent, a team of people that you can count on to give you good advice so that you can make good decisions. And then finally, the last piece is around leaving a legacy. It's not just around writing a will, which is very important, but also leaving a record so that people know of your wishes, of what will happen with your estate. And it's not just left for people to guess if you don't have any of this paperwork in order when you leave. And also, if you do want to leave money to people that you care about, then you know that it goes to the right places at the right time. So what I really appreciated about Tiffany is that she really helps you know, not just lets you think, but she really walks you through the process so that you can do it and you can get right to work. Her book, Made Whole, gives you all of the questions and worksheets that you could, if you want to just get down to business and really tackle this. She gives you her own personal tips, and she gives real life case studies from a lot of her students. And she gives you resources that you can also download online. And she keeps telling you you can do it. And the truth is you can. You can. And she's so warm and funny. And throughout her books, she inserts her own personal brand of humor. She's literally like a human cup of coffee. She just energizes you so much when you're reading her work, right? And so I would encourage you to also catch her on various podcasts. And she has a YouTube channel too, so you can get a sense of what her incredible personality is like. So if you do want to check her out, you can always look her up as the Budgetnista on all social media platforms. That's also the name of her website. And then she has a dedicated website just for this particular book called getgoodwithmoney.com. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I will be investing in this book now, and I hope that you will consider doing the same. Thank you so much, and have a great day.